If you're able to discover something deep inside yourself, something that feels like it was stitched into your very being, that's where your story begins. We all carry certain innate abilities, subtle talents, and unique traits that seem to come effortlessly. When you find one of those gifts, something you're naturally good at, it lights a spark. It feels good to do what you're built to do, but having talent alone isn't enough. That's just the seed. The real magic happens when you choose to nurture that talent with effort, intention, and persistence. So what happens next? You begin the process of growth. You commit to learning. You seek out mentors, dive into education, study the greats, and most of all, you hustle. You show up even when it's inconvenient, even when nobody's clapping for you. You chase the vision that only you can see. You turn setbacks into setups and adversity into fuel. You work through your doubts and fears and go after opportunities with everything you've got. And gradually, the world begins to respond. The more you align your natural strengths with purposeful action, the more doors begin to open. As you begin filtering every situation through this new lens of purpose, through the prism of who you're becoming, things change. Decisions become clearer. You stop wasting time on distractions. Every interaction becomes a building block, every challenge an opportunity. You're no longer drifting, you're hunting, you're on a mission. And when your passion intersects with something the world actually needs, something people will pay for, value, or share, you found the sweet spot. You found not just your purpose, but your calling. That's when life begins to feel less like survival and more like service. You're no longer just paying the bills. You're paying forward a gift. And now, you're not just existing, you're living. You wake up every day with direction. You might still feel tired some mornings. You're human, after all. But you're not dragging your feet anymore. You're not dreading the start of another week. Instead, there's energy behind your actions, even if the work is tough. Why? Because you're building something. You're constructing a future that actually means something to you. You're laying the bricks of your legacy, one purposeful step at a time. Understand this. You are capable of more than you've ever dared to believe. Deep within you lies potential that hasn't even been activated yet. Your mind, your heart, your spirit, they're designed for greatness. You just need to start tapping into that reservoir. And yes, it begins with doing the work, but it's also about who you choose to become in the process. If you want success, real success, you've got to grow into the kind of person who can handle it, sustain it, and share it. Don't just chase a paycheck. Don't settle for something simply because it pays well. That path might reward you financially, but it'll leave you empty over time. The real reward comes from finding something you love, something that ignites curiosity and passion inside of you. When you love what you do, learning becomes natural. Obsession becomes growth. You study it not because you have to, but because you want to. Passion creates momentum. And when momentum meets consistency, that's when confidence is born. And eventually, competence follows. True, unshakable mastery. There's a reason the greatest athletes, entrepreneurs, and creators visualize their goals. Visualization is more than positive thinking. It's a tool, a muscle. It's the process of creating your future mentally before it manifests physically. If the dream is the seed, then visualization is the water and sunlight that makes it grow. You don't just wish for things, you see them as clearly as if they already exist. You imagine yourself walking through your dream house, speaking on your dream stage, living your dream life. But you don't just imagine the visuals, you imagine the feeling. You feel the pride, the peace, the gratitude, the excitement. That emotion is powerful. It stirs something deep inside you that can't go back to sleep. But don't forget, life is tough. It's supposed to be. It isn't meant to be easy. It isn't meant to be fair. The world doesn't owe you comfort or success or happiness. That's not how life works. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you earn. You get what you pursue. So don't fall into the entitlement trap. Don't act like a victim. Even if the odds are against you, even if life knocks you down again and again, rise up. Take the hit, learn the lesson, and move forward. Because the things you value the most are the things you worked hardest for. Take a moment, strip away your job title, your social media profile, your possessions. Who are you really? When you look in the mirror with no filters, no validation from the world, what do you see? Hopefully, you see strength, you see discipline, you see love, you see loyalty, you see integrity. All those things live inside you, whether the world recognizes them or not. And that's what matters. Not what you have, but who you are. Because before you were anything, before your job, before your accolades, before the applause, you were you. Before the titles, the roles, and the identity you wear today, you were simply a human being with infinite potential. Before you were a celebrity, before you were successful, before you were even labeled with a name, what were you? You were a spirit, a presence, a possibility. That's what you've always been, and that's what you still are underneath it all. And sometimes it takes shedding the ego, the fame, the outer shell to rediscover that truth. Sometimes it's a purge, a painful, messy, necessary purge. But when you strip everything else away and stand alone with yourself, that's when real growth begins. That's when healing begins. That's when you and your inner self have the honest conversation. Are we going to keep fighting, or are we going to figure this out? It's easy to get caught up in results, in instant gratification, but life doesn't work like that. Some of the best things, the most transformative things, take time, a lot of time. You won't always see immediate results, just like when you begin exercising or eating better. You know it's good for you. You trust the process, even when there's no instant feedback. It's a long-term investment. Health, discipline, growth, all of them take time to show returns. But rest assured, they always do. That's why you have to fall in love with the process, not just the outcome. Let go of arbitrary deadlines. You're not on anyone else's clock. What matters is that you show up consistently and do the work that matters. Even if it's slow, even if it's quiet, even if nobody sees it but you. Because you're not building for applause, you're building for alignment. And when you visualize, don't keep the dream at arm's length. Pull it close. Imagine yourself inside the dream, not just watching it. Feel the textures, the sounds, the emotions. I am in my dream home. I am in the relationship I prayed for. I am living in purpose, not I hope to be, not someday. I am. Because once you believe it's real, even just for a moment, you awaken something in yourself that starts seeking the path to make it true. Here's the secret. You don't get in life what you want. You get what you are. That's why it's so important to evolve your identity, to step into your greatness fully. There's a spark in you, a deep, silent presence that listens and waits. It's that inner voice, the one that speaks your truth. That might be the only divine voice you'll ever hear. And if you ignore it, if you drown it out with noise, with distractions, with other people's expectations, you'll live your life like a puppet pulled by strings you never chose. But when you awaken to your authenticity, when you walk in your truth, no one else can pull your strings. You become sovereign. You become grounded. You walk with confidence, not arrogance, because you know who you are and why you're here. You weren't created by accident. You weren't just placed here to exist and disappear. You were created on purpose, with purpose, for purpose. You are here to manifest that purpose into the world, and you won't be able to walk in authority and freedom until you first learn to let go of all the things you're not. The false identities, the insecurities, the limiting beliefs. You must release what doesn't serve you to become who you're meant to be. Now let's talk about abundance, true, holistic abundance. It's not just money. Yes, money matters, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. Abundance is a full circle experience, 360 degrees. Imagine a cup overflowing into a saucer beneath it. You drink from the cup. That's for you. But the overflow? That's for the people around you. You feed others from your overflow, not your reserves. You create abundance in your relationships. Love so deep and pure that you lift others up with your presence. Abundance in your health. So much energy and vitality that it becomes contagious. Abundance in your spirit. So much peace and connection that you can forgive the unforgivable and love the unlovable. And yes, abundance in your finances. Enough that you can give generously and live freely. Wealth is one-dimensional. Abundance is a lifestyle. And once you taste it, you never want to go back. You are the keeper of your mind. You control what gets in. Protect it. Fill it with truth, vision, resilience. Most of your battles will be won or lost in your mind long before they show up in your life. The thoughts you repeat become your beliefs, and your beliefs shape your reality. So be intentional, be vigilant, feed your mind the right things daily. Because no one sees your private grind. No one feels your sacrifices the way you do. No one understands the silent courage it takes to keep walking forward, especially when the results aren't showing yet. But that's okay, because this journey is yours. And when you stay consistent, when you stay committed, eventually the world catches up. Run your race. Run hard. Run fast. Don't tiptoe through life. Don't apologize for your greatness. Don't hold back. Go full speed, even if it means hitting walls along the way. That's how you grow. That's how you become unshakable. Greatness isn't comfort. Greatness is sacrifice. It's staying the course when it's inconvenient. It's leading when no one else wants to. It's doing the right thing when it's unpopular. That's what leadership is. That's what legacy is made of. Because inside you burns a fire, a relentless, roaring fire. You know it, you felt it, and it's time to unleash it. So stand tall, embrace the journey, don't just exist, ignite. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you.